Some good news for Texans as state lawmakers prepare for a budget battle.
The state controller released her report on the amount of money available to spend, and it is more than expected. The controller estimates that the state will have more than $101 billion to spend in the next budget cycle. Now, that includes an $8.8 billion surplus. Compare that to the gloomy report back in 2011, which showed the state with just over $77 billion and a $27 billion budget shortfall.
But the good news comes with some warnings, as KXAN political reporter Josh Hinkle shows us there may still not be quite enough money to undo the cuts made by the last legislature.
People are buying more oil, cars, and just stuff in general these days. Take that tax revenue, and Texas has a lot more money to spend.
What I think you have to understand is we're way the heck up.
On Monday, State Comptroller Susan Combs released her financial forecast for the next 2 years, something she says was better than expected. But Texas is growing, and groups like the Center for Public Policy Priorities say the tax system can't keep up.
We're a fast-growing state, and the things that the state pays for cost more every single year.
That group says Texas needs $96 billion to keep up with the current budget, even with all of its cuts to schools and health care. The comptroller says the state should now have around $101 billion available to spend. But to fund everything fully, the group says it will take $108 billion, money that might only come from dipping into savings.
And there won't be any room to make any progress in investments in the future unless we're willing to use the rainy day fund.
Lawmakers must still pay what's owed to Medicaid from the last session, and some have committed to restoring what they cut from education back then, too. But financial experts with the Texas Public Policy Foundation say the legislature must look to the future, not the past, and consider a more conservative approach.
If you go on a spending binge and you have a cooling of the economy, then you're not able to fund what you promised the people.
While the Texas economic picture is certainly much different today than when I addressed you here 2 years ago, that does not mean there are no clouds on the horizon.
In Austin, Josh Hinkle, KXAN News.